Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on the Flash movie, and we got the second trailer. The second official trailer came out a couple of hours ago when I was sleeping. Obviously beautiful, but yeah. So a lot of people were wondering exactly what this trailer was going to show, whether it was going to like spoil things. And to be completely honest, I think it was a very safe trailer in regards to definitely not spoiling anything major outside of maybe one scene. And it's very quick, which we'll talk about during this trailer breakdown. But I definitely think it was just to showcase that it's going to be a very epic movie, if you want to put it in this. This is definitely a very trailer for the cinemas that would make people very interested in going to see in this film, rather than spoiling too much for the fans, which sometimes happens when you get more and more trailers. So I think they're definitely trying to contain spoilers and surprises from this film. So it's a very safe trailer, but that definitely doesn't mean it's bad. It was still a very good trailer. So there's still definitely a good amount of things to talk about that weren't addressed in the first trailer that we got a couple of months ago. Now, we do know that people are going to be seeing the movie early today, at least from when this video is coming out, in like a few hours from now, roughly. Maybe a couple by the time this video comes out. Though it has been said it will be an edited version of the film to remove spoilers, which I'd heard about before anyway. So if there's any like cameos and stuff like that, they probably won't see them unless it's like nothing that big and it's just a bit of a taste for what would happen in certain scenes and stuff like that. So I guess look out on Twitter and stuff in the next couple of hours to see those reactions, even though I might make a video or something tomorrow or the next day showcasing what people thought. But along with the trailer, they did give us a new poster for the film, which is like the official poster, which will be definitely put around theaters everywhere and stuff like that. So you can see it here, and we can see, it focuses obviously on the Flash in the foreground, but then in the background we do see Michael Keaton's Batman and Supergirl there as well, with the Batwing also like hanging down in the background as well there. So it's a good poster, and yeah, so let's move into the trailer stuff. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the trailer in the comment section down below. What did you like? What anything I missed that you thought was of note? Let me know in the comment section down below, as well as if you're just looking forward to the video, to the movie. Let me know what you're looking forward to. And if you're going to enjoy the video, everything like that, drop a like on the video. It takes 2 seconds. So the one thing this trailer really hammers home on is the emotion around the motives, and not just, Barry Allen or the Flash, but even the other characters alongside him in the film, in like Michael Keaton's Batman and also Supergirl. Now, most of this is revolving around family for the most part, with the first sign of this and the first mention of this being right at the beginning of the trailer, when we do have Keaton's Batman talking about the loss of his parents and how it drove him to be Batman, and how he thought like what he was doing could, maybe bring his parents back, which doesn't really make too much sense for Batman. Like, he's not magical, can't time travel, anything like that. Doesn't really make too much sense. But we see that he's talking to Barry, who has the ability to potentially do that and has acted upon it, and just thinks there's not going to be any consequences about it. And that's sort of what, Keaton's Batman's bringing up. It's like, hey, you've actually done that and you can do that. Now, I think it's Iris West. You can't see who says it to Barry, but I think it's Iris West. It sort of sounds like Kiersey Clemens, but I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's Iris West, who's talking to Barry in a voiceover about the loss of his parents, and not just his mother's death, but also his father being sent to prison, losing them both in the same day, because of course his father was charged for his mother's murder. So obviously that's just an incredibly traumatic day that Barry would live over and over and over in his head. But acting upon this and trying to rewrite those events, trying to change the past, as they say in the trailer, will also change the future. We get to see more of the Zod invasion in Metropolis, with this cool shot of the Flash sliding in. A lot of people thought it was actually just in Central City in the first trailer, but we can see he sort of slides in and looks up and sees the whatever that thing was called from the Man of Steel. So the the world engine machine, whatever you want to call it. Now, I am very interested to see the structure of this movie. Like, how quickly do we jump into this Flashpoint timeline? How long are we in the other one? I'm assuming that will probably be in the, I guess, proper timeline where Barry starts off with for maybe 15-20 minutes or something like that. But then again, apparently this movie's 2.5 hours. So I'm very interested to see the structure of this movie and how quick certain things are acted upon. But because this is my prediction, at least in regards to it, I think there might be more than just one instance of time travel in the film, which is where maybe the length of the film starts to, lengthen, if you want to put it. So that wouldn't surprise me. I just think they could do that, and it would make a lot of sense if they did multiple scenes of time travel. Now, one shot that's very, very quick, but in the I think it's the Black Zero event. That's what it's called, the Metropolis thing with Zod there. You see this little kid here with a denim jacket, sort of slowly walking towards the screen and with his hand out. And you might not notice, in the background, there's someone there in what looks to be a construction worker's outfit, but that's the proto suit that I think it's going to be our younger Barry who gets speed wears before he gets the makeshift bat suit. I think at the very least, I think that's what he's wearing. Or at least who's wearing it, but that's the proto suit. We did get a Funko Pop look at it, and he has like a Wonder Woman skateboard helmet. He's wearing like knee pads. He's using like, I think it's like duct tape, or like duct tape to like keep his suit together and stuff like that. So that's the first look at it. It's a blurry look, but that's what's that in the background. It's like a proto suit that I think it's the young Barry wears when he first gets his speed, because our OG Barry doesn't have speed at that time. So this guy, or this version of Barry, has to go out and maybe help or something like that. But yeah, so there's your little first look at it. It's, as I said, it's blurry, but it's there. Now they do have the Let's Get Nuts. We had Michael Keaton do the, yeah, I'm Batman in the first trailer, and we do get him doing the Let's Get Nuts, but this time he's removed the cowl. And you see him in the trailer like we had in the first one with him with the long hair, so I guess between scenes, he cut his hair really quickly. But yeah, he does the Let's Get Nuts, obviously from the 1999 Batman when he's sort of, whacking stuff with it's like the fire poker thing, whatever it is. But yeah, so a bit of a fun Easter egg sort of thing there. Now we do get some Flashpoint moments with Barry trying to get his lightning back. Now, I am very interested to see whether we will get him like burnt to a crisp like he does in that story from the comics when he, attempts to get his lightning back or get his, powers back by being struck by lightning. But that might be maybe like a bit too graphic. Maybe, who knows? But there is a shot of like a charred hand, like laying down almost like lifeless, that someone is grabbing for in the trailer. So that could be after trying to give Barry back his speed. And then there's also the shot of Supergirl raising what looks to be our Barry into the sky to be struck by like pure lightning, not one that's like attracted through like a metal rod or something, like pure lightning through the clouds, which is probably what gives Barry back his speed. And there's even another instance where you see Barry in his flash suit with all this like purple and like crazy lightning going around. But I have a feeling this might be in the end fight. I don't know if this would be in the, because he's not wearing his suit in those other shots there. He's like shirtless with like just like black pants on. So I think that one where he's like sort of screaming in the flash suit and his arms are spread out might be in like the final fight of this movie against whoever it might be, whether it's, whoever it is, like Dark Flash that we know is going to be there or someone else, whatever it might be. That's where that scene takes place. I just don't think it's anything around him getting his powers back because, as I said, he was like shirtless in the other shots. Now we do get to see more of the big fight against the Kryptonians in that big sort of like salt land or whatever we call it, like the desert landscape. And I did see people pointing out this weird CGI shot of them sliding in, and I've just seen people tearing it apart. And the only character that looks a bit dodgy with it is like the other Flash that's wearing like the makeshift Flash suit made out of the old Bat suit or old Batman suit. But the movie's still like well over a month away from coming out, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. It's like the only shot in the trailer where it does look a bit weird. But we can see the two Flashes there and Supergirl in that shot. And I think there actually was a shot in the first trailer which like is before this. I think it's like the two Flashes running around. You can sort of see Supergirl in the background, but you don't see the end of it, which is this shot here. So it's a cool shot. And I think this whole scene, this whole, big fight scene between the Kryptonians and the government and obviously our superheroes is going to be very, very cool. But I am once again, I'm very interested to see how long it is, as well as where it's placed in the film, just because I have a feeling there's going to be other time travel sequences in this film. But yeah, from what we can see there, it looks cool. There's even some shots of Batman and stuff in that thing where I think it's Faora jumps and like sort of rips doesn't rip his face off, but rips the like the shield of the bat wing off, and he jumps out and uses his wings and stuff to come down to the ground safely. But once he's out of that, I don't know how much use he's going to be because he's versing goddamn Kryptonians. So that might be a bit of an issue, but wait and see what happens there. Now, one of the most interesting shots in this trailer is what we'll talk about now. So it's one of the last things we'll talk about is we have the two Flashes. So our OG Barry and like the younger Barry that Barry meets when he goes back in time. And they're arguing in what looks to be the Speed Force or that like Multiverse Chrono Bowl that we have seen, like that term Chrono Bowl that we have seen used in like advertising, merchandise, and various things like that. And obviously this is just meant to be like the multiverse section, almost like where you would see other worlds, where you could travel the multiverse potentially. Now we have OG Barry saying we aren't going to be able to fix this, and I was like, oh, okay, what the hell does that mean specifically? Because this is the OG, the one that went back in time originally. It's not some other Barry saying you can't go back and save your parents, you can't do that. It's the OG Barry saying that. So what's this in reference to? With the other Barry saying, no, nobody dies. But is this in relation to their parents? Is like his parents, the younger Barry, his parents also destined to die in this timeline as well? But at a later date, not when he's like much younger, like we see our Barry, go through? Or is he talking about other people? So this could be maybe something where, I don't know specifically it would be about the final fight or maybe something around that, but maybe people die and they have to go, and that could be like the instance of other time traveling. So maybe they mess up and Zod's able to take over and kill a lot of people in Metropolis or Central City or whatever it is, and they're trying to go back in time, or one of them's going back in time to try and reverse that and stop that from happening. But of course, we've already had the instance of doing that can cause a lot of issues. So imagine doing it multiple times, or only like for a short amount of time, and not being able to succeed and then repeating it or whatever it might be. So that could be the issue and the drama that they face here. But yeah, this trailer as a whole just does showcase a lot of action. Like there's a lot of, especially in like that back half of the trailer, there's a lot of different cut shots and stuff to show all the action stuff that's happening throughout this, not only trailer, but obviously the movie as a whole. And I think this movie is going to be epic. I think it's definitely Warner Brothers' biggest movie of the year, and what they think is going to entertain people most in theaters. I think they've showcased it pretty well, while also keeping a lid on spoilers, because that's the one thing with this type of movie that you don't really want out there, especially stuff in like the back third or just the back half as a whole. And I think they're doing a pretty good job at it. So hopefully that keeps going until the movie comes out. But yeah, I think this is another solid trailer. As I said, it wasn't like this ridiculous trailer that's going to I think it's very on par with the first one, and that's a good thing. I think with a movie like this, you want to contain certain things, but also get people excited. And if you like the first trailer, you'd probably like this one as much, if not a bit more. And I do like everything that I'm seeing in regards to the fight scenes and all the Flash-centric stuff as well. I know I can understand the frustration. Like it feels like there's a lot of focus on Batman, which I can understand, but he's a big selling point in this film, the Michael Keaton Batman. So I can understand why they're using him in the material, the promo stuff. I just think when the movie comes around, it is going to be very, very Flash-centric. And I think people might be overlooking that and just basing everything off the trailer. But I think the actual movie will be very Flash-centric. It's just in the advertising thing, they really want to hammer home, hey, we got Michael Keaton's Batman, so he's going to be in there. So I wouldn't worry. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various thoughts on this trailer. What'd you love? Did you hate anything? Let me know. And any theories and predictions from it, let me know. And if anything major I missed, also let me know. And just let me know your general opinions down there. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.